Welcome to my channel Coding Abby, and today we are gonna see my college assignment which is on data structures, and the main topic which it covers is queue data structure. Okay, I have even made a tutorial series on Dart about developing mobile applications, so you can refer to that if you are interested in mobile applications, but today we will focus on this. So the question says, write a program to perform computer controlled traffic signal system, pointer based or array based. Computerized traffic signals are often added to a circular queue. Okay, so we have to make a circular queue so that they repeat themselves after the specified time interval has elapsed. Okay, write a function for the enqueue and dequeue operations. Okay, so now the basic thing is we have to first create a queue and then declare enqueue and dequeue operations for a basic queue, uh, straight queue, or I may say non-circular queue. Okay, and then we will convert it into circular queue afterwards. Let's open the VS Code. You can use any text editor you want. Okay, I might make this video in parts because the implementation is quite a bit long to explain. Okay, I was trying some of the code previously, so let's make a new file, q1.cpp. I will be writing the code in C++, starting with the basic boilerplate, include iostream using namespace std, and then there comes the main function. Okay, so this is a basic boilerplate, but before that we will create a queue class of generic type. Okay, t of generic type t, and the name of the class would be q, sorry, declaration class q and semicolon. Now in a we will make array based. Okay, the question says array based, where is it? Yeah, pointer or array based queue. So if you don't know what queue is, let me show you a small example. This is a queue. Yes, a normal queue is a queue. It's analogous to human queue or any queue. So the two operations enqueue and dequeue are adding a person from behind, and enqueue is adding a person from behind, dequeue is eliminating the person at the first place. Okay, so this is the PPT which our sir used to teach us. Yes, so I have taken the reference of this and am writing. Basically this is a pseudo code. They haven't even given us a perfectly working code, but we are trying to just put pieces in their places. So back to the VS Code. In our class we will first declare a private member called as array of type t, whose max number of elements are max q, right? There are this is an array of max q number of elements. So let's declare a constant here, constant int max underscore q, q is equal to, let's for trial make it a 10 element long array. Yeah, then we have int let me again check on that. See, we have a front, we have a back, and a count. So where is it? Yeah, we have a front, that is the index of the first person in the queue, which is on the front of the queue. Int back is basically the back index, or the index of last element, last person in the queue, and int count is nothing but number of elements or number of persons standing in the queue. After that, we have some public fields, or I may say public functions. The first one is void. Okay, the very first one is queue, that is a default constructor. Let's name it default constructor. Then we have I guess 2-3 functions. First is enqueue, that is adding elements adding elements at the last of the queue. So it should take some parameter, and the type of the parameter should be t, and let's name the variable as new item. Okay, I just formatted my code, so nothing else to worry about, that what that glitch was. Again, void dq, which takes no parameter but eliminates the first or the front person. Okay, it should eliminate the first person. Then we have void is empty, which checks that if the queue is empty. And let's write code for only these three right now, then we will see next operations, because enqueue and dequeue are anyways asked in our question. So this is just a declaration of functions. Now we are gonna write the functions. Writing the first function is empty, template class type t, and then the type of is empty is of type bool, because it should return true or false, right? That is it empty or not. So bool q generic type t, scope resolution, and then is empty. Inside braces we have we will return a simple expression, return count equal to 0. That's it, right? Before that, we should initialize this default constructor. Yep. So template, again class t q of type t and q. And now what should this constructor do is assign some values to these private variables, right? These private variables should be assigned some of the values, these three, front, back, and count. So front should hold value 0, because front will 0th index will be the front of our array, of our queue. Then we have, let's check what sir has done for us. Yes, even he has done the same thing. See, front as 0, back as back, and count as 0. So front as 0, front as, there should be a semicolon here, syntax errors, you know. front, then back. What is the value of back? Back would be max q minus 1, because that's the last index. I mean, front, back and count, front and back are indices, and count is a counter variable. And now initializing count with 0, that is there are no elements in this queue right now when the object of queue is created. So yes, when the object of queue is created, the queue is basically empty, so that's why is empty should be checked for 0. Count is equal to 0. Then we have a function called as nq and dq. So let's write the code for nq. Okay, template class t, again type of the function q, then t, scope resolution, it's nq, right? Nq, and the parameters taken are constant. This constant is basically to avoid type changes while passing data into this function. Okay, and then we have here nq, increasing the font, nq, let it be the same font as it was earlier. nq. What should be the first thing we have to do? We have to check that yes, when nqing, we have to check that is this max q overflowed, that is are there 10 elements present itself at the first place? If yes, then we cannot add more elements to our array, so we should check for that condition, right? If the number of elements would be represented by count, right? Counter variables is, if this is equal to max q, then we should throw an exception of, basically a q exception, that is q is full, and if not, that is if we can have some elements empty in the array, we can then put this new item in the place of that array, you know. So how should we write the code? So the thing would be array of count minus 1 is equal to new item, because when there would be one, see, at the initial condition the count is 0, right? So when there would be one element, first element, it should come at, okay, this will give an error because count minus 1 would be minus 0 minus 1 is minus 1, so minus 1 is not an index in any array, so it will give an error. So it should be, yes, the index count is basically the index of nq, new nqing term. Okay, and that's it, I guess. Yeah, count plus plus, count plus plus. Let's try this code first. For checking, we will write a function to print this q. Let's define a function to print this q so that we can debug. Void q t scope resolution, then print for int I is equal to 0 and I less than count less than or equal to, less than or equal to, I guess, right? Equal to count I plus plus cout array of I and endl, right? So that's a print function to check our queue. So let's create a queue of, say, data type int, and the name of the object is small q, and initializing it with our default constructor. Okay, now we have q dot nq. Is this print function correct? Like, is this less than equal to correct? Let me check once. What is count? Count is basically the element at which next element, sorry, count is the index of at that element which is going to be enqueued. So it should be less than count, I guess. Yeah. Enqueue, what should we enqueue? Let's enqueue 11, and let's enqueue some more elements. Okay, and then q dot print, and then again let's dequeue this time. Dequeue, again copy, and then try printing this again. So let's check for our code. Okay, there are some errors. What are the errors? Yes, the error is we have not written dequeue function, so we cannot dequeue it. So we will just comment these 3 lines for now. Okay, yes, our code works till enqueue. We haven't written a function for dequeue yet. So our code works for enqueuing 11, 12 and 13.